If you build it, right, finish the rest, they will come. Well, they will. Folks, don't be afraid to try. Don't be afraid to do, and don't be afraid to say you're going to do. We're going to talk about that because Market 42 is opening in Brunswick, and that's because of a dream by Nick Kyriazis. He's our guest next on Purpose Under Pressure. Well, the heat is on. Let's get cooking. This is Purpose Under Pressure. It's a podcast about people, business folk, just like you and me, business leaders, organizational directors. We're all on purpose. We're all trying to do something for a reason. We wake up in the morning and try to get it done, and those pressures come along, try to knock us off our path. Sometimes we might want to take a little shortcut. Sometimes we might want to give up altogether. But it's overcoming those pressures that bring rise to your purpose. That's what the show is all about. Don't forget to like us, follow us, subscribe us. If you're back, it means you like something. So go ahead and give us a follow or a like or a thumbs up. Tell your mom, tell a friend. It's how we let other people know that this show is worth watching, and maybe they'll want to watch and listen as well. Purpose Under Pressure is brought to you by Sandler by the Ruby Group, serving sales professionals nationwide from their Akron and Columbus, Ohio locations. They're also in Jacksonville, Florida. Sandler by the Ruby Group performs sales trainings for your sales teams, for your business development office, anything that has to do with revenue generation, business relationships. They're going to help you do it right. They're going to help you add purpose to your company and what you're trying to accomplish through your sales efforts. And that is probably one of the most important investments you can make. If you're looking to try to ramp those efforts up, please do yourself a favor and reach out to my friends at Sandler by the Ruby Group. Check them out online at therubygroup.sandler.com. I'm excited for you to meet our guest on Purpose Under Pressure. It's Nick Kyriazis. He's a developer of Market 42. That is in Brunswick, Ohio. Not so long ago, it was an open, flat patch of land, and it is growing into something that's going to be a great boom for the Brunswick community. Nick, welcome to Purpose Under Pressure.
Thank you for having me, Brian.
I'm really glad Debbie Bemke from the Chamber introduced us, and I'm glad she did because I know that you are overcoming a lot of pressure. I know it's not easy to build something out of nothing. I know it's not the most amazing economy to build something out of nothing, and you're taking it on. Tell us a little bit about Market 42 and the dreams that you have and what is good happening there at that plot of land.
Yeah, Market 42 actually is a dream I had for a long time. I have worked in the field of development for others, and it was time to do something for myself. And the dream I had in mind came onto the table. And what Market 42 is, if you go to Europe, and especially my home country, which is Greece, you will find restaurants next to each other. You can walk down the street and you can pick any different restaurant you want, or you can go to the butcher, or you can go to the baker or to the fish store and buy fresh items. So I put all this together, but we're in Ohio and we have to be inside because of the weather. And so we created this facility of 26,000 square feet, and we have 25 vendors within that facility. And it's a great mix of vendors. We have 11 restaurants, from Mexican to sushi and ramen, Latin, Puerto Rican, and Caribbean cuisine. We do have hibachi. We do have pizza in Italian. We do have gyros and Mediterranean. We have a baker. We have a deli. We have crepes. We have cookies. We have desserts. We have coffee and ice cream, and so on and so forth. And it's something that we strive to create a destination that not only the local community will come and join and gather, but also people within the 15 miles radius will come to our facility.
Where are these vendors, where are these restaurants coming from? How are you able to gather them all in one place?
Yeah, it's been a long process, and we actually talked to a lot of vendors, and we had to vet and come up with the right mix for the place. So we gave exclusivity based on the ethnicity or based on the products that they will serve, they will sell, and so we had to find the right mix that will make an interest destination. Also, we had to do some background on the vendor and find out what is their Google likes, what is their Facebook likes, what is their reputation when it comes to quality and to service. And we end up with a great mix of people that will be here.
So you had a chance to be picky. And the reason I ask that, and I'm probably going to make somebody mad here, I imagine I will. I see strip malls show up. And in those strip malls go whoever has enough money to pay the rent for one, right? You end up with a vape shop and you end up with a, and nothing wrong with those businesses, but that's the way those go. You were able to be picky and actually choose who got to be here and got not to. That's not always the way it works, is it?
Not really, but we were lucky that we started this process 2 years ago. We started the process of vetting the vendors at the same time we started the development. Because some way those two are interconnected. We had to build the spaces for the specific vendor based on what they need when it comes to plumbing, electrical, and everything else. So it's been 2 years that we had the luxury to interview a lot of vendors. When you have a strip center that has a vacancy, they just want to fill it up. And so they just go out to find anybody who can pay the rent.
Right.
In our case, we had the luxury of 2 years, but also, like I said, we have to create a destination, and the mix was very important to us. So we spent the time and the efforts to get the right mix into place.
Is it open yet?
Not yet. We are pacing to open first week of April because every tenant now they're doing the fit up for their space. Their final finishes, and everything has to line up. So everybody's ready to open, and so we're projecting first week of April.
There has to be so many challenges almost on a daily basis of putting something like this together from scratch to making it the way you want it. I'm interested, when it opens, how close to your vision is it? Or did you have to take a couple of shortcuts along the way?
It's pretty close. I would say with 90%, but
really,
everything in life, you have to compromise. You have to pivot at some points, right? And to give the opportunity for I should say the flow to take you to where it goes, right? So you shouldn't restrict, or you shouldn't go against the flow. You should go with the flow and pivot if needed at some point. So, but 90%, I'm pretty close to what I envisioned at the beginning of this.
So I'm really interested. This is where Purpose Under Pressure comes in. There were probably some opportunities where you should have compromised or could have compromised, but you didn't. And you're glad now that you didn't. But at the time, perhaps it was a rough decision to stick to your guns and hold on. Can you give us some examples of some things that you just weren't willing to compromise, even though it kind of hard to pull off?
So one thing that based on my why, right, and what is the vision I have, and what motivates me, right? What motivates me most is I'm making a difference. When I create something, I want it to be different. So if it doesn't go that way, it's against my mission, it's against my motivation. So, for example, we had an opportunity to do something with a national vendor that had different requests and different specifications and different finishes.
Kind of wanted it done their way. They had a brand. They knew how it needed to get done, and they were going to tell you what to do.
Correct. Mm-hmm. And that it wasn't something that it was aligned quite with our vision. Even though it was a great opportunity with a great tenant that would probably stay here for 25 years, we decided to say no and move on with a different application because it did not align with our mission.
So how difficult of a choice was that, though? Because I know you're building something from scratch. This could have been a landmark, kind of a pillar spot for you. You probably, and this is Purpose Under Pressure, right? This is what it's all about. This is sticking to your guns when maybe you shouldn't. How hard of a decision was that to make?
It was not an easy decision because financially is what drives a project. Like the
Yeah.
finances and the output of the finances is what drives a project. You have KPIs you have to stick with. You have projections and forecasts on the finances that you have to stick with. And to make a decision that doesn't align with your finances but aligns with your mission statement, in my mind, it's huge. And I would prefer to go with what aligns with the mission statement than the finances. Of course, it doesn't have to be catastrophic. Okay, so
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, you got to pay the bills, and a lot of people say, money's not everything or whatever. But you have to pay the bills, and you have to make sure that it's something that can be viable. These restaurants that are coming in, is this eat in? Is it like a big food court, or is it? How does that work?
yeah, so we have two sections in the market. We have what we call the north and the south side. The south side is uh, all the restaurants, and think of a cantina style restaurant that the queuing line is outside of it.
Hmm.
It's just a kitchen. So you go and pick up your food from any restaurant you want, and then we have about 150 sitting area around the bar and the wine bar. There's two different bars: a main bar with spirits and beer, and then another bar with wine. And so you find you're sitting around the bar, you get your drink from the bar, and you eat. Of course, we have a patio outside that can be utilized during the summer times.
Hmm.
Uh, and it's a sit down, basically, venue. However, you don't sit at the restaurant, you sit at the main area, which is around the bar.
Okay. Do you have experience in the restaurant industry?
I do have experience.
Hmm.
I first coming from Greece here to the United States, I did have a restaurant for 2.5 years. It was a full dining experience with a bar, and after that, we moved to Las Vegas, and I had to sell it. But also through my tenure in Las Vegas, working for the hospitality industry down there, I do have a lot of experience with restaurants and especially restaurant design,
Yeah.
what works, what doesn't work, all
So,
of this stuff.
so that helps a lot because let me set up my concern. I've seen a lot of restaurants and we've all seen a lot of restaurants come and go. And we've seen the soft open and we've seen the grand opening and then no one comes. Or you come for the steak on day one, it was not made right, you don't come back. Like it's tough to kick off a restaurant. You're going to kick off like, what'd you say, 40? At the same time, you're going to open the doors and everybody's going to be there. And it's got to be like, what's your biggest fear on opening day when you turn this thing on?
Looking at the typical salesperson, everything they do day in and day out, if we simplify all of that and really boil it down, they have two superpowers. First superpower that salespeople have is how they behave. Second superpower they have is what they say. As a seller, we only have two problems. We either said something or did something that we should not have said or done, or we didn't say something or do something that we should have said or done.
Like, what's your biggest fear on opening day when you turn this thing on?
So the bigger fear, actually, I don't take it as a fear. I don't fear things. I just take it as a challenge. Is to deliver on the promises, right? So we have to deliver on the quality, and we have to deliver on the service. And this is something I'm stressing to the tenants.
That's awesome.
So my challenge is how do we make sure that the people will get what they expect to get coming into the place?
And how do you?
Well, it's building a culture. Always in my previous experiences, culture is something that it's necessary. So you have to find your mission. You have to find what you're looking for. You have to communicate that to the all the shareholders, and then of course we have to follow up on how that goes down the road. And if needed to be tweaked, you have to tweak it and make it work.
Yeah,
Uh, that's all it is. That's
that's
all
what
you
it
can do.
takes. That's
Yeah.
all you can do. I love the fact that you're able to vet people. They're on board with what you're on board with. They're expecting what you're expecting, and you have some restaurant experience to help make sure that that comes off well. And so, as hard as one restaurant is, I have a feeling that you've got a real set plan to keep it going. What's the future look like for Market 42? Are you hoping to grow or expand, or is day one what you want it to be like on day 1,000? What's the plan?
Well, at this point is opening in April and stabilizing the operations and making sure that the guests they get what they expect. Actually, above expectations, I would put it. They we go above their expectations. On the long run, I already had some conversations about duplicating it.
Yeah, I bet.
And Market 42 is a mixed used project, so it's not just the market. There is a residential area we developed next to us that is connected with a bridge, with a boardwalk through 2.5 acres of wetlands. And there's a connectivity that actually is walkable. People from the neighborhood behind us, they can come down with a scooter, with a bicycle, and walking. And so that concept can be duplicated. So there's some conversations, but that's in the long future.
That's the long term. I'm interested. It brings up one kind of as we wrap up, I'm wondering, as you were bringing this idea to city leaders and finding land and thing, did you run up against a lot of naysayers that said, come on, Nick, that'll never work. That's too much investment. You'll never get everybody together. Did you get a little bit of, hey, be careful? Or was everybody really supportive behind your dream and saying, come on, yeah, let's do this together?
Yes. For this project here, I can tell you that the city and the county, they're very supportive of it because of many reasons. Well, one thing I did before even I approached the city, or anytime I do a project and I approach a city, I do my background and I check their comprehensive plan, the 5 years out plan, what they're looking to do, right? So this area we're opening the market is an area that they wanted to develop and to become a commercial corridor. So also, the city strives for walkability. They strive to bring companies in that they have strong sense of purpose and the commitment to make a difference within the communities, right? And they found that in Market 42, and we found so much support from the city for this project.
Yeah, that's tremendous. I know you've thought about this before, so I'll kind of wrap it up with this question. You have purpose on what you want this to be. When Brian Lefelak or Debbie Bemke walk out of Market 42 after they've eaten and seen it around, and kind of somebody says, "So what'd you think?" What are they going to say? What do you hope people will take away and kind of experience at Market 42?
Yeah, I would like to hear from everybody visiting Market 42 that this is what they expected to find. And Market 42 is something that they will come back to because it does build strong community relationships, and they want to be part of it. That's what I want to hear from everybody.
Tremendous. Are you sold out? Do you have all your spots rented out?
Yeah, everything is rented out at this point. We have nothing vacant. And yeah, looking forward to a great opening.
Tremendous. If someone wanted to learn more about Market 42, how would they do so?
They can go on our website, themarket42.com. There's all kinds of information. They can book events through that website as well. But also they can reach out through info@themarket42 directly to us if there's any questions or any requests or any complaints. So we'll answer to all of them.
I can tell you're that kind of guy. Nick, you and I haven't met before now, and yet you're just like many, many, many others that I've interviewed on this show. You've got a dream. You're not going to let anybody tell you no. In fact, why would they? And you're just going to show up and get it done. And I know I'm making it sound easier than it is, but I think a lot of people maybe wonder, can it work? What if what do I have to even try? You're trying, it's working, and it's a great example for others to do the same. And so I thank you for everything you're doing for Brunswick, but even for business in general. Well done.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Brian. And one thing I want to say is that put one foot in front of the other. Just don't dream of it. Make it happen. And as the Japanese say, if you fall down 7 times and you get up 8, you're good.
You're good. Keep on going. Boy, isn't that the truth? Just make sure you don't stay down 7 times. That's perfect. So that's my guest, Nick Kyriazis. He's a developer of Market 42 in Brunswick. I can't wait to see it open. I know it's going to be a huge boon and a spur for the Brunswick and Medina region, and I have no doubt that others will want to do the exact same thing. That's what happens when you build something great. Thank you to Nick Kyriazis of Market 42. He's my guest on Purpose Under Pressure, brought to you in partnership with Sandler by the Ruby Group. Sellers are under pressure to perform, and Sandler helps you to succeed on purpose. You'll find all past episodes of Purpose Under Pressure at brianmediastrategies.com/podcast and wherever you stream your favorite shows. We do this every week, and we'll see you next time on Purpose.